Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. This is your boy Nino. Alright, not to waste too much time, let me just dive into the reason why you're watching this video right now. Now, looking at this new trailer, a lot of people saying there is no information in the trailer, there's nothing to carry home. But then trust me, I believe the writers and the production house are not, excuse me to say, dumb enough to put up a trailer that has no information in it. Then it means it serves no purpose. But if you look at this trailer very carefully, you think deep about it, you know that the writers or the producers are trying to reveal gestures, lies, and truth, which means what? There is ability of someone who is lying among these people lined up for interrogation, and there is someone who is telling the truth, and there is someone who knows something. Tariq, look at Tariq's physique. You know that Tariq is absolutely lying about being worried about his father being shot. If you remember the scene between Tariq and his mom and the police at the coffee shop where Tariq was interrogated for Proctor's shooting, you notice Tariq lied very well for the police to believe that some guy was stalking him in an elevator in the apartment, so he used the back door and all bullshit. So we all understand that Tariq is a pathological liar and he can lie to get away with it. Now, if you look at how he was answering the question, you notice that he's saying something different, his gesture is saying something different, and his mood is also saying something different. You think I shot my father? I don't even know if he's alright. My family would like to know. Why won't you tell me? If someone's father is shot, if I shoot your father and you're being interrogated, your mood, your conscience will speak, not your words. But in this case, Tariq is just trying to bring some kind of necessary rhetorical question to the person who is questioning him to make it look as if he's concerned about his father's shooting. In actual sense, the guy doesn't give a shit about his father. Whether being shot or not, whether dead or alive, he doesn't care. If you want to go by the arrangement, the lineup of these suspects, that among these people, one of them shot Ghost. If that is the case, then it's had to do with two people, and one of them is Tariq, because Tariq can do whatever he wants to do and lie very well about it just to get away with it. So if you analyze, if you look at how Tariq is answering the question, you know this guy is lying. This guy knows something. This guy is not concerned about what he feels he's concerned about. He's just trying to answer the question to create an impression because he's a son. And he feels like once he do that, the people interrogating him will understand now, okay, this is coming from a son perspective. So he's trying to defend the fact that he as a son can do that. Meanwhile, Tariq wants his father out already. Now let's go to the next person. Angela's sister. Look at her physique, compare it to Tariq's. Look at how bold she is. She says what? Someone shot Jamie? Good, he deserves it. Even though she wasn't the one who did it, she's happy it has been done. So if you look at the way she speaks, you understand that this lady didn't shoot Jamie, but she's glad he has been shot. Why? Because of how she felt about her sister, Angela. Now, I don't believe Angela's sister has ever shot anybody before, but if someone who has never shot anybody before shoots someone, there's some kind of psychological effect after that with that person. But if you look at the boldness she's using to talk in the interrogation room, it doesn't feel like someone who has committed a crime and back in her mind trying to defend herself as innocent at the same time. No. Even a polygraph would have detected that Angela's sister was lying. But if you look at the way she composed herself, answering the question tells you that she didn't do it, but she's happy it was done. So Angela's sister shooting Ghost is out, because if she were to shoot Ghost, there will be some kind of guilt of killing a human being or taking someone's life. She might be angry of Angela, but trust me, the moment you pull the trigger, take someone's life, your life is injected with some kind of guilt of taking someone's life, no matter your reason. So even when someone is questioning you about that same person's life you have taken, because of the guilt, you will be shaking, you'll be shivering, you'll be answering your question in a way that will make it look like, hey, you're a suspect. What are you saying? You are contradicting yourself. But look at how she answered the question. Someone shot Jamie? Good. He deserves it. This absolutely tells you that Angela's sister has nothing to do with the shooting. Look at Tasha. Tasha has put a lot of drama, a lot of emotion in this to make everything look as if she is so innocent with the tears and all. But we all know Tasha, that Tasha is as guilty as fuck. If she knows something, she puts emotions in it. Typical example, look at the time she shot Keisha, her friend. Tasha was bitterly crying when she did that. That should tell you that if Tasha is shedding tears on any circumstance, it doesn't make Tasha innocent. But rather, in this case, I feel Tasha has an idea about whoever shot Ghost. But because that person is closely related to her, she just has to make everything look as if she's telling a different story whilst answering the question in front of her. Look at what she said. She confessed one thing, but she didn't confess the real thing. What she confessed wasn't what is important in this situation, which is what I confessed Jamie and I have a problem. Then, to make this thing more sympathetic, she brought her daughter's death in this line of interrogation, which is, I feel, is totally unnecessary. But as smart as Tasha is and as persuasive as she is, she decided to bring Lena's death into the question. We lost our daughter. I can't imagine what we'll do without him. We all know Tasha doesn't want Ghost alive to be something with him or without him. We all know if Ghost is out of the equation, doesn't mean Tasha will go broke or Tasha will die or Tasha will kill herself or her husband. No. But you see what she's saying, that we can't do anything without him. We all know that's a lie. Tasha doesn't need Ghost to survive. Tasha doesn't need Ghost to raise her 2 surviving kids. And I believe we all understand that Tasha doesn't even want Ghost to exist anymore. She just wants him out of his life. But see, in this case, she tried to play a victim and tried to play a motherly role and tried to play a wifey role, which she's not, and trying to play innocent. But as I said in my previous video, I still stand by my theory, my first theory, that Q has something to do with shooting Ghost. This next person is Dre. One thing about being guilty and being innocent is that when you are guilty, there will be an element of guilt in whatever you are saying, no matter how you say it. But if you are innocent, there is some kind of reactions that you give. There's some kind of confidence that come up with whatever you are saying when you know you are innocent. Now look at Dre. We know Dre is a hard guy, but in this situation, look at how Dre is speaking. He has a lot of confidence. He has a lot of some kind of energy with whatever he's saying. Even though this can be acted, but if you analyze the energy in his physique, you notice that even though Ghost has been shot, he's okay with it. He doesn't mind. It won't add up or subtract anything out of his life. But then pinning it on him is something that is annoying him. So look at what they did. He tried to be comic about the whole situation, that he can go back being a civilian while they figure this out. He's trying to be rude. And I don't think someone who is guilty will find himself even thinking of being rude rather than thinking of how to say something that will not incriminate him. But here lies the case. Dre was so confident, so bold enough to even get up and walk out on whoever is interrogating him. And you see the energy he used to push the chair back alone shows you that, hey, don't fuck with me. You're wasting my time. I don't have anything to tell you people. Get the fuck out of my face. That is Dre's reaction. So you can see that the level of confidence and the level of energy in him, knowing that he's right in front of the cops. Now, why am I saying this? If you notice the times they were arresting Dre, questioning him for a whole lot of things, you notice that his physique and the way he talks was different from how he's speaking now. Especially when he has something to do with his daughter. But this time around, the guy knows that even if you use my daughter as a bait, I'm not going to give a shit because I didn't do it. Unlike those days when they were arresting Dre, trying to make him confess about some things that he's guilty of, that he knows that I know something about this and the cops want me to say it, and if I don't say it, they will take my daughter. His reactions towards that was very, very different because he felt like I was guilty. Yes, I know something. These people want me to say it. And I know if I say it, someone can hurt my daughter. And if I don't say it, they can take me away from my daughter. So he was in this kind of dilemma situation. But look at this scenario. someone shot Ghost. Dre knew very well that I didn't shoot Ghost. I had nothing to do with shooting Ghost. So I have to be rude. I have to be comic. I have to be funny about the whole thing. And I need to be angry about it and walk away with it, because no one can even use my daughter against me for something I didn't do. Now the next person on this list is Tate. Now I don't know what the writer is thinking, but I think that the writer knows very well that okay, all this thing has nothing to do with Tate, so let's just make him say some few words and just move on, because his comment was very short and it has nothing to even do with anything at all to even understand, because he was just repeating that I was standing for state governor. Why would I shoot him? And blah blah blah. Do you know something I don't know? Then we move on to the next person. So I don't see anything concerning Tate here, even though he's part of the suspect. Now the next person on this list is who? Saxe. We all know Saxe. Saxe hasn't changed anyway. The way he talks, he contradicts himself. He speaks as if he's confessing something, meanwhile he's not. Saxe says what he was close putting Ghost away. Even though he couldn't put Ghost away, he felt like if I were to put Ghost in jail, all this wouldn't have happened. I think that was where he was contradicting himself. And if you look at Saxe's physique, it's just as the same he is when he is in trouble. If Saxe were to shoot James, you see some kind of satisfaction in his speech. You see some kind of fulfillment in his speech. But in this case, Saxe is just sounding as the way he used to be, contradicting himself, saying something that means something else that could mean something else. Now, let's go to the last person, Tommy. If you know Tommy from day one, you know that Tommy is not a snitch. He said that. If you know me, you know I'm not a snitch. And if you are expecting me to say something, you're not going to get it. This statement alone tells you that Tommy knows something, but he's not going to say it, and he's going to take care of it himself. If Tommy shoots Ghost, I don't think he'll be able to even talk, because if you look at his physique, damn, I wanted to do that. Someone double crossed me. So he's angry at the fact that he's not the one who shot Ghost, yet he's being interrogated for shooting Ghost, and he has nothing to say because he has an idea about who exactly did that, and he wants to confront the person himself. So he made it point blank that he's not going to say anything. He's not going to mention anything. He's not going to say anything. That alone should tell you that he didn't do it himself. Because who is talking about snitching? We say someone shot Ghost. Did you do it? And you say you didn't do it, but you are not going to snitch. It means you know something. Because if you don't know anything, your mind will not go to snitching on someone or snitching on who. It means what? Tommy knows something about who exactly pulled the trigger, but he is definitely not going to say anything about it. As we all know, that's a regular character of Tommy. So this is just the breakdown of this trailer. I think it has been incorporated with a lot of emotions, a lot of gesture, a lot of body language. And based on my theory, one person did it, another person knew about it, and the third person is not going to say anything about whoever did it. So if we are going by all this lineup people who shot Ghost, then I think it's Tariq who did the shooting. The mother knew about it and is not going to say anything about it. And Tommy definitely knew about who pulled the trigger or who helped who pulled the trigger. So this is basically the information that has been embedded in this new trailer from my perspective. All right, if any of y'all have any addition, comments, or misunderstanding, you can drop it in the comment line as usual. And please just bear with me with my accent. I am a Ghanaian, proud one. So let me hear from you, and kindly subscribe. Thank you. I'm out.